Hello and welcome back to Dungeons and Dragons on Overdrive Theatre. My name is Neil and I will be your dungeon master for this evening. Joining me are Alex.
Hello, I'm Alex. I play Milo, the halfling rogue.
We also have Nick.
Name's Smith. Nick Smith. Snipes. Banther. Ranger. Wood Elf.
We have James.
Hi.
And we have Chantelle.
Hi, I'm Chantelle. I am playing the other Wood Elf bard, the superior one, Sariel.
How many bards have we got?
The other bard.
I don't know, James. Can they hear you over there? Do they know who you're playing? Varsin Kados and the dwarven cleric of clericiness. Salt cleric.
Salt Forge.
cleric.
Anyway, last time you were in an airship heading home, just an unnamed airship apparently, unidentified airship flying home with a crew.
No, it's called Unnamed. The airship is called Unnamed.
Is it called Unnamed?
Yeah.
It's called Your Name Here,
Yeah.
just untitled.
Yes.
So you had a crew came and picked you up in the town of Ballard. You ended up in the town of Trist as a little bit of an overnight stay, and then as you left the town for the episode where Nick wasn't here, you ended up having a bit of a fight in the middle of the countryside.
I mean, it wasn't much of a fight. It was more of a swift execution.
It was more of a swift execution. Yeah, you guys have gone up a level. You're now level 4, and a bunch of hobgoblins were attacking a carriage because this may have been a thing, a possibility. Valar, handed you some goggles and a box, a little spring-loaded trap, which, as you were wearing the goggles, as you were taking out the hobgoblins, you saw a glow on their bodies, which lasted around a turn before it disappeared. The previous occupants of the carriage, now dead on the ground, had also a glow over them, which was brighter and more intense than that of the hobgoblins. However, your bard decided, whether that's right or wrong, to deploy the trap next to one of the dying hobgoblins and pushed a button. The doors swung open and the glow was drawn inside. The doors closed. The springs either end of the trap became dislodged. And the trap is now covered in vapor and a little bit frosty on the outside.
Frosting made us feel good.
Exactly.
Something makes you feel good because now you're in a woodland, well, actually pathway. This is one of the main roads to Trist.
A cart track.
A cart track, yep. And,
I want to leave the cart.
With bird bodies.
This is where we left it last time. So, one at a time. Is there anything you'd like to do here while you are here?
I want to leave the cart.
I see hands. I'm going to go straight to Nick. Nick, Banther Snipes.
I've literally just come back. Am I the only one to notice that the top horse is backed right onto the shaft of the cart?
I mean, beep. So the shafts are going to be on the ground, my good man. So
I'm just going to point
standing
you towards the minutiae of the things which don't read too much into the maps,
yeah,
especially when it comes to horses being impaled on wooden bits.
Yeah, so the maps never read too much into the minutiae. A lot of what is on there is just a decoration. As I was kind of putting something interesting for you guys together, I wouldn't be getting too involved. We could probably just close the enemies off now, since the mysterious glow is gone, and you are now standing around on the track. On what? I'm a rapper. Anyway, so what were you doing? Please.
Looting the cart.
Looting the cart. Okay, you go over to the cart and you search the cart.
I would say the bodies, but I believe James wouldn't allow.
All right, so do you want to roll for... What would we roll here? Because I know what we'd roll in Cybernet.
Investigation.
I was going to say investigation, yeah.
Sure can, buddy.
Do it.
Yeah, they got rid of search and just put
I got a
investigation.
cracking 9.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It was going to be search, but...
Used to be. Now it's investigation.
You got 9. You investigate the carriage. Yeah, you don't see much. It's a carriage, a couple of seats inside, like bench seats, curtains, that sort of stuff. There is a couple of trunks full of clothes. I mean, if you're into other people's clothes, dressing up and sort of wandering around looking like somebody else, you could probably take a few of those if you want. Just some sort of middle class clothing. What was that?
I had that small Kador sort of field.
Okay, I mean they would be too big for you anyway, so
Cadel?
you would be looking like
Cadle's son.
Vars and Kadosan. You would be looking like you are wearing your parents' clothes as you wandered around with the sleeves way too long. Anyone else? What are you doing? You see
I'm absolutely going to go and investigate the bodies.
Okay, so you go over and investigate the bodies. Yeah, there's a couple of bodies on the ground. You don't see evidence of a driver. Perhaps the driver themselves legged it. Once they saw the hobgoblins coming, they were just like, "I'm out. Goodbye.
Peace."
Peace." Just legged it. I mean, they probably drive this track quite often, and when they see trouble, it's easier to run rather than stay around and look after your clients.
I mean, I didn't roll much better, to be perfectly honest. I got an 11.
An 11. So you're looking over
11.
these people. Yeah, they look like your average dead body. Certainly, the arrows and the lack of breathing would tell you that there is a man and a lady, and habeas corpus, rigor mortis. You're looking. Are you still wearing your glasses?
Yeah.
The ruby lenses that were given. Okay, so the ruby lenses. That you kind of see the glow and it's fading and fading and fading, but you're not sure if it's the glass itself, the magic in the eyewear is going, or if the energy in the bodies is going. But yeah, good, excellent. Anything else you're doing while you're standing over them? I see a wave from Nick on Discord. Nick, tell me with your elven mouth.
I want to go to the horses. I want to cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
And I want to.
I want to.
Hang on, let me.
I want
Call my wife.
Here we go.
Uh-huh.
I would like to speak with both the horses. Can I do that? Is that exactly
Yes,
what
you
it
can
does?
do that. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can. Yeah, sure.
I want to say, hi guys, or ladies.
So speak with animals. That
How
lasts
you doing?
an hour,
10
doesn't
minutes.
it? 10 minutes. Okay,
So
cool.
you can have a 10-minute conversation with the horses, whose intelligence is limited.
Yes. Okay. No, that's cool.
Leave him alone.
Uh,
He wants to speak to
absolutely.
horses.
I'm not knocking it at all. Carry on. This is going to
I'm
be
going to
good.
knock you in a minute.
I'm just waiting for Neil's. I'm just waiting for
No.
Neil's pirate West Country Irish accent to come out with horses.
For my horse accent.
Oh,
So,
Nicky.
I wrote probably several pages of notes. None of the notes actually dealt with the fact that you might want to talk to the horses.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why D&D is one of the greatest things ever. Curveballs the DM never sees.
Yeah, no, I was like,
It's
yeah,
me.
these guys are going to search, peace out, and we're just going to get on with the story. No, horses. All right, so you cast your speak with animals.
I'm just gonna bury the corpses. Bury them. Just
Okay.
while he's talking to the horses, I'm just gonna put them somewhere nice and rock bury them somewhere. Just.
All right.
Yeah.
You take the corpses and you drag them over a little bit closer to the rock wall, and you just build a cairn over the top of them.
Yeah.
rather
Just. Yeah.
than, yeah. So you stack rocks over them.
While he's doing that.
Okay, so Nick, Banther Snipes, the Wood Elf Ranger. You cast speak with
The
animals.
horse whisperer.
The Horse Whisperer. You talk to the horses.
Return from whence you came, and I'm just going to let them go. You know.
So you're not talking to the horses. You're just telling them to go.
Yeah, go back to where they came from.
You can tell them to do that anyway, Nick.
What?
Yeah, you don't need to.
speak with animals. If you speak with animals, you're having a conversation with them.
Yeah, you can
Do it.
literally just unfetter the horses and slap them on the butt,
Just talk to them.
and they will go.
Have a conversation. Go on.
Have a conversation with a
Please.
horse.
Please.
I mean, what would you? Okay, can before you start casting spells and doing this, what would you want to talk to a horse about?
Time to go back to where they came from.
So you're just literally going to tell them to go back to whence they came.
Hell yeah.
You're not. You're going to use the spell to talk to a horse to tell them to go away.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So you cast you cast speak with animals.
What else am I going to... How's the hay the last couple of weeks?
You could ask them where the driver was, if there was a driver. Woo.
No thanks.
A pigeon again.
That pigeon, that metagame, yeah. I will allow it because yeah. Okay. Cool.
I'm not going to
Sure.
ask questions like that.
So you're not asking the horses any questions. You're just all right. So you
time to go back where they came from and
Fetter them.
That word there.
Okay, you unfetter the horses. You release them of the carriage, and you say to the horse,
"Go back from whence you came."
See.
Oh. I thought you would have gone with what's his face from Lord of the Rings. With flee for your lives.
Never
Fly,
wanted
you
it.
fools. Okay, you go to the horse. Come back. Go from whence you came. The horse says, "Oh, chill, dude. We were going this direction anyway. I mean, is there a reason we want to go back there? It's kind of a long way. I was thinking we may just go on ahead, because there's that, real mellow grass up ahead. I think there's like a clearing in the forest. They got that real green stuff. You know what I mean?" And the other horse is like, "Oh, man, yeah, I know what you mean. They got us just, it kind of melts in your mouth. You went into that?" And they're just looking at you.
Tongue here.
You, did you say trace a tongue?
Peach and tongue.
Oh.
I just want to look back at them when, like when you see like, a person with low intelligence, the illustration when their eyes are pointing two different ways.
You're just looking at them crazy style.
Yeah, just like, what?
Yeah, so the horses themselves, they don't seem that interested in going away. They are very much interested in eating grass because they're horses, and that's what they do. What did you expect? So yeah, you just tell them to go, and they head off up the road in search of that.
You can talk with Fenton as well.
Who talk with Fenton?
We got 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Fenton, come back from whence you came.
Back off.
Dog just legs it.
I mean, yeah, just sort of points north and makes a dart back for the frosty northern slopes as he spends probably 3 or 4 days swimming through the ocean, literally just in a straight line.
Mission complete.
Mission complete. Okay, so you released the horses. You've had a conversation, a one-sided conversation with the horses, and the horses have wandered off. Okay, cool. The bodies, you bury them. It's not too difficult. You're not digging a hole in the ground. You're literally covering them in stones. You're not searching them for anything. I think you've already had a look at them, but
no searching of the bodies.
No, you're not going through their pockets for loose change or anything.
Can I loot the overly large kobolds?
The hobgoblins.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll say a small prayer and then go and start kicking some hobgoblins.
Okay, so you go over to the hobgoblins. What are you taking off the hobgoblins? There's 6 of them. Just out of curiosity.
I'd like to check them for golden loot. See if there's anything of value worth taking.
Okay, so there's a sort of if you use your little dude, I think there were 2 up here, 2 over by the orange tree, and 2 is it 2?
2 below the
rocks,
orange tree. 2
tree.
behind the
I'm gonna check that.
2 behind the thing and 2 by the tree, because one of them ran forwards.
Yeah. So we've got 6. Definitely 6. Excellent. So how many are you searching?
I'll check the 3 that would have been in the northern border.
Okay. I'm gonna make you freaking investigate, because apparently
How many times would you like that?
I would like it 3 times, please. As you go through the pockets for loose change.
22.
Okay, 22.
12.
And 12.
And 18.
18. So the 22, you find 4 gold on them. The 12, you find 4 silver. And the 18, you find 1 gold. Just in just loose currency on their bodies. As you go through pick through the pockets for loose change. Well, hobgoblins, they're lawful evil, but they're not the same as like undead or something. They're very organized, and this party, sort of this far well, in this area is going to be carrying a bit of money, especially if they're knocking over carts and stuff.
So, what I'm going to do is just collect the bodies up and strip them.
Okay, you collect bodies up and
Strip them of their armor and their weapons, seeing as they were carrying longbows and the ranger's got a short bow.
Okay, yeah. So for each of them...
I was going to say, are the weapons in serviceable condition-ish?
Yes. They
Sweet.
are...
Do you want some searches, or...?
Not
Or
really.
not?
I mean, they
Okay,
each carry a long sword and they each carry a long bow as well.
Yep.
I mean,
Thank you.
there's 6 of them, so 6 long bows and 6 long swords. If you want to mark that down.
Yeah.
For searches, in terms of arrows, are you picking up arrows from them at all, or are you just leaving them where they stand?
Yeah, I'll pick up at least a decent quiver's worth of, so to give to the ranger, because he's only got short bow.
Okay. 1, 3, 4, 7.
Is there any penalty for a longbow?
No, not for you.
No.
You find 17 arrows scattered around as you go through their stuff. Some of them they loosed against you as they were attacking. You figure that because they were this far away from wherever they should be, they're kind of
they'll have somewhere stash.
Yeah, I mean they probably used quite a few as they were attacking carts or so yeah.
What armor they got on them? Just leather scraps or anything metal-like, obviously?
They've got chainmail, so they're all wearing chainmail.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, you go through them and take their chainmail.
You could make lots of pretty stuff with that.
Yeah, you could go on ye olde Etsy and make a lot of bangles, necklaces.
Are we just talking chain mail or chain shirts? Because they are two different things, by the way. I'm
Chain-
wearing chain mail.
This is chainmail.
Right, okay.
Yes. To give you an idea, the armor class is 18.
Yes, I know, so is mine.
Yeah, which is why I was like, these guys are dying quite quickly. Maybe we need to up this and get another book out instead of just using using the monster manual.
You use the monster manual, just...
Oh no, I know. I also know that I have a few other books with some other spicy noodles in them.
Yeah,
I have some other recipes here for my kitchen of pain.
that's fine.
Which
We like that. We like kitchens of pain. It makes fun.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, as long as you stop talking to woodland creatures and move on. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
6 loads of chainmail, 6 long
Yeah.
swords, 6
Mhm.
long bows,
Yep.
and 17 arrows.
Mhm.
That's a good haul. Right, I'm off.
Yeah, I mean, you could melt it down and make yourself a model of this complete diorama, complete with horses and cart and dead bodies,
Exactly.
and then sell it on ye olde eBay. Anyway.
The oldie wish.
I will stuff that into the bag of holding.
Okay, you stuff all that into the bag of holding.
Yeah, baby.
I'm making sure to grab the trap before we leave.
Yeah, I'd assumed you were still holding it by the cable, or are you trying to hold it in your hands?
No, I'm going to hold it by the cable. It's smoking. I'm not touching that with my hands.
Well, it's that's mist. So that is water vapor turning into mist as it comes in contact with the box itself. So the box, if anyone wasn't here for the last episode, is made of black wood, kind of like mahogany, and it's got a couple of trapdoors on top, inlaid.
House brick size.
Yeah, kind of a house brick size, about a foot
With
long.
chevrons on the top.
With chevrons on the top, yeah. Inlaid in brass and silver. So,
I'm hoping my passive insight would be enough to think that touching that would be owie.
yes, touching that would be looks mighty cold. Cold is definitely yes. If it's causing vapor as soon as the air touches it, it's that's not a good. Ooh, you do get the overwhelming feeling, urge to maybe give it a little lick, put your tongue against it, but you feel that might end badly.
Yeah, I'll just carry on holding it by the cable, I feel.
Okay, cool. Is there anything else you want to do here while you are here? In the woods? In the woods.
I'm going to go back to the not
Yep.
Zeppelin.
I'm gonna take my own thing.
Okay, so you head off back to the airship. I'm taking it everyone's just going back to the airship.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone heads back to the airship and climbs up the rope ladder. As you do, Villar is at the top, waiting for you. He's got his little box there, the box that the glasses came out of, and he says, So you did find something down there. And I see Charlie was right, again.
Carriage
annoying
being
how
attacked by
often that
hobgoblins.
And the box?
Used.
Right.
Containing something.
Well, if you want to hold on to that and put the glasses back in the box,
Okay.
put the glasses back in the little box.
The Erin says from the top. Erin
Yeah,
tweets from the top.
Erin.
Chirps! Sorry, chirps. That's
I
what I was
might
looking
need
for.
to explain Erin because I've been saying he and she a lot. Basically, that's Ed from Cowboy Bebop. So if you didn't
Yes.
get that,
Never seen it.
yeah, well, it doesn't matter. This isn't for you. I didn't do it for you. I did it for them.
I didn't make him. For you.
That's Tron Legacy. Anyway, cool. So yeah, he opens the box and there's little cutouts in there for all the glasses. So are you putting the glasses back in? Or?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah. Okay. Well, unless anyone says, I'll just assume everyone puts the glasses back in.
We've all got the glasses.
You
Yeah,
all
yeah,
had,
almost had him.
you all had a pair of
Okay.
glasses, which allowed you. Well, once the hobgoblins had died, or
Wow, didn't allow Nick. Nick couldn't see me. Nothing.
oh well, yeah. But
Yeah, that was me rolling like a spoon.
there were glows over the bodies when they went down. Okay, so the airship is released from its mooring and it carries on in the afternoon zephyrs, the
And I will
winds.
use the time while it's pootling along to inspect said longbow and cast mending if needed be to repair any shoddy workmanship and or whatever to this thing, and then present it to the ranger.
Okay, so you take one of you go through all of the longbows that you picked
Yeah, I'll
up.
go through and just find the best one.
Okay, so these things are very much military grade. These are kind of you'd expect in an army. These have been looked after quite well. They're not cosmetically they're not beautiful. They're not brilliant, but they are absolutely serviceable. They will drive a bit of wood into somebody else who doesn't have wood.
It will
in
drive a
them.
bit of wood into someone very far away very quickly.
Yes, yeah. So, you go through. You probably don't need to cast mending.
Just if there was anything I could.
Yeah, as you sort of go through each of them, you see Zestra, the drow, just
Zestra?
kind of look over in your area, look at you as you're going through the bows, and you can see her with her long carved bow, and she just turns her back to you.
I'll just be like, yes, not all of us have the craftsmanship of yours, but he's got a short bow, so.
I mean, she's obviously one of the nicer drow that you've met.
Oh yeah, absolutely. She hasn't tried to kill me yet.
No, you're
Yeah.
not dead.
Yeah, yet.
So,
Not all of us can have your bow, my dear. I'll just carry on looking
Yeah.
over them.
So you do that. The airship sort of pulls on. Nothing much else happens through the rest of the day. You watch the sun gets lower and lower on the horizon. The trees below give way to open plains, and as before it gets dark, you get to the point on one of the plains. Valar explains that you'll be back at Carrigan Moor in the next day, probably by afternoon. But they need to rest up overnight because they don't fly the airship at night. It's too dangerous. You can't see.
very well.
Yeah. I mean, I know. We have dark vision.
There's only 60 foot.
Yeah, I know. You can't really fly an airship at night. Plus the winds change at night. So you find one of the lone trees on the grassy plains. Enrin drops over the side with on a piece of rope with Dog, and you feel the airship get hugged to a halt. The sails are brought in. It looks like a kind of like a fish when its sails are out, and you I guess you head down with everyone else and make camp for the evening. Everyone except Zestra, who stays up aboard the airship. As is her wont. She just kind of
Present you with a
tolerates.
longbow neck.
A
Yeah.
longbow.
There you go, Banther. Probably the better one out of the lot of them. There you go.
Do you want my short bow?
You keep hold of it, mate.
Okay.
It should be in your inventory.
Okay, so you're all sat around the
Might just have to refresh your
I
page.
got it, buddy.
refresh your page. Okay, so they light a small campfire and they get out their own roll mats. It looks like they're quite used to this particular area, and there doesn't seem to be much in the way of danger around. Although they are taking it in turns to keep watch, as you would normally do. If you have rations, trail rations, now would be an ideal time to use them. Otherwise, you might have to go hunting for something to eat.
Did we
Still
get
got my-
rations?
Yeah,
I
we
got
got them in our
rations.
the day pack thing.
How many people have rations?
I've got rations.
I got rations.
So two sets of people have rations and 2 don't.
I mean, it says rations in my day kit, but we've been playing for a long time and it says for 1 day. I'm assuming at some point we would have already used those rations.
I
think
use them
we had a
feeding them to the
specified-
kids.
Oh right, he used he's fed his to the kids.
Yes.
Yeah, I did the same thing, so no, I don't have rations anymore either.
Oh, okay. So two of you have rations, 2 don't. In which case, you might want to do a little bit of light hunting. I mean, if you could talk to animals, you might convince one just to stand in front of your bow while you shoot it. But I think you've already used that spell up for today. So,
That's sportsmanship anyway.
I mean, do you want to?
I'll go hunting
sportsmanship.
for rabbits or deer or whatever's around.
Okay. There's no
We're all
spot.
going to go and have a go, are we?
Yeah.
Right.
As
Cool.
James stomps through the undergrowth and
I
just
can be stealthy. We've
Styles
already
of him.
established this. That was actually more stealthy than the stealthy people. So
Okay.
I'm actually going to objectively be looking for stuff to hunt then, so I'm going to look around, see if there's deer, rabbit, something that we can eat.
Okay, I mean, perception. Your passive perception's really high, but your active perception is going to be probably insanity by this point, because the bard is just unstoppable.
25.
25. Yeah, you see some rabbits sort of hopping around out on the plains. They're not really taking much notice of you at the moment. For everyone else who's going to be hunting rabbit, you might want to roll a little bit of stealth.
we don't have a ranged weapon apart from.
17
Well-
to stealth.
Yeah.
Set how much? 17 for stealth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So you
17 for stealth.
okay? So the ranger and the rogue stealth outwards across the plains towards a group of rabbits.
I'll tap
Please.
the bard and guider. Cast guidance.
Okay.
Well,
May
awesome.
the Forge Father bless your hunt, and then just go and sit by the fire.
I just want to take a shot at the rabbit I saw there.
Okay, so 3 of you are taking shots. Do you want to roll a stealth for me as well? Not that I think for a fraction of a second you're gonna beans it up, but just to be complete.
I got 21 to hit one of the rabbits.
Okay, hang on a sec. I just want to make sure everyone's stealthed.
25.
25. Okay, cool. So what are you shooting the rabbits? And please say it's your ice dagger, because that would be hilarious.
Short bow.
Short bow. Okay, what did you get to hit?
21.
21. Yeah, I think that probably hits. Want to roll damage on that? I mean, I don't think you even need to roll damage. They got like 1 hit point.
I was going to say, yeah, they have 1 hit point.
Yeah, I just want to see what the damage was.
That's a rabbit made by me.
Because it's in stealth. Do I get my stealth bonus too?
You do not want to explode it. We're trying to eat it, dude.
It's an arrow. It won't explode it.
Okay, yeah, do your bonus. I just, out of curiosity, I just want to see what damage it is.
17.
You hit the rabbit for 17 damage.
Yeah.
So picture this, if you will, in your mind. A rolling plain, quiet with grass sort of waving around in the breeze. A lone tree with an airship moored above it. A campfire just lighting up the underside of the tree in the airship, and the pop and crackle of dry wood as it burns. A group of rabbits nearby play merrily in the grass, unaware of the disaster that is going to befall one of them. You hear momentarily the whistle of the fletchings of an arrow as it carves its way through the air, arcing perfectly to strike one of the rabbits through the head. It passes straight through cleanly, and it is on the ground before it knows what's happened. Yeah, you messed the rabbit up. You just straight up messed it up. So there is one dead rabbit.
I was hoping there was going to be a Great Plains wildebeest with wizard stuff and hat.
Are you taking out another rabbit? Oh yeah. Why don't you all three see if you can take out rabbits? I just want to see what happens. Nick, are you using your longbow this time, or are you using
20, but it's 28 to hit.
So I was going to say, are you using the longbow or are you using Ocean Song? Okay, because there would be two different results.
The rabbit destruction.
Yeah, I mean, you have Ocean Song, so...
But...
Wait, can Nick spawn fish for us to eat?
Well, the fish, once they've hit the target, are going to be quite liquefied. You would need to separate it from whatever it's pressed up against.
I'm not going to use freaking Ocean Song just to kill a rabbit.
So you got a natural 20 to hit the rabbit with your longbow. Yeah. Okay. Just out of curiosity, roll damage, and it's roll damage twice.
It should automatically do it on D&D.
D&D Beyond.
That was just 19 damage.
Okay, yeah, you take your longbow and you sight up, and you've seen the rogue just annihilate one of the rabbits. It is on the ground, dead with a hole in its head. You think you can do better. You launch, and the arrow goes straight through, just severing the spine. Just the tiniest of cuts, but it is enough to do it. It is, complete. That again is dead before it's hit the ground, but you get style points this time. Okay, Bard. Hello. How are you doing? Would you like to also remove a rabbit from the plains?
Yeah, I'm going to take a shot with my crossbow.
This kind of reminds me of that children's film, Watership Down. Fun. Watch it.
Happy film.
That was pretty savage.
Yeah, watch it with all the family.
Not quite as impressive as these two. 16 to hit.
16, yes, hits. Please roll damage.
6
damage. So yeah, you see the rogue just straight up take out a rabbit. You see the ranger take out a rabbit, but with style, and you think, what's the worst that can happen? Sight up along the crossbow, and everyone hears this thunk as the crossbow launches a bolt. It jams into a rabbit, which squeals and runs around in a circle for a good minute or so. Before it bleeds out and dies.
If it's running around in a circle, I'm going to cast Calm Emotions on it. It's like, shh, die calmly.
Go sleep.
Yeah,
Are you literally trying to calm the dying rabbit?
Yeah, I don't want it to run around squealing in pain. That's awful. I'm going to calm it down while it's dying. It's fine.
Oh my god. Okay, fine. Yeah, you calm it down, and it's calm, but it's definitely bleeding out as you make your way across the plain. The noise is enough to scare all the other rabbits away by that point. They're gone, vanished, vamoosed from the plain itself. They'll be back in time, but...
Hey, Banther.
Yeah?
Can you charge Ocean Song and fire it straight up in the air and then try and catch whatever comes down?
Yeah.
Okay, you're doing that.
I mean, yeah.
That is a whale.
All right, so you all recover the rabbits. You have 3 rabbits, which is enough for the party to feed on for this evening.
Take him to Varson and see if he wants to start preparing them to eat. Here you go. We did all the hard work. Your turn.
Okay.
Fucking chef.
Yes.
Okay, Cleric. I mean, you do look like you like food, probably the most of all the party.
Fine. I'll start preparing the old rabbits.
So yeah, you start skinning them and pulling the insides out, and
21 for a survival check if you want.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt that you would. I mean, if you want to hold on to the skins, you can. You need to cure them.
I have no way of curing them for now.
No, and I would absolutely make sure they're rotten by the time they come out the bag of holding. You could
I suppose if I had it prepared, I could gentle repose the skin.
You could. You could, or you could just rub them gently upon yourself to impart some salt on them.
I
'cause you are
like
the
it.
salt
That's
cleric.
good.
Anyway, yeah. So Banther, you have
Hello.
Ocean Song, which is a large, essentially a wheel mortar. So it's a large tube with pictures of the sea on it and sea creatures and things. This has a large wheel which you can charge up at the back. And so you take out Ocean Song. I'm assuming you're charging it up.
Yes,
So
please.
you need to do the roll for the charging, I think.
It's a DC 5 strength.
Yes, it is. So
What does
just
that mean?
roll your strength and get above 5. So roll strength, add any bonuses, and get above 5.
Right. The ranger has an M32 rotary grenade launcher in his back pocket.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Ooh. It's just
12.
Okay, 12. So yeah, you charge it up. It's just to see if you fail, essentially, when you're charging it, as if there's a failure state, and then you're shooting it, and you're shooting it straight up in the air. Okay, roll another dice to see if you fail, because I think it's a 1 or a 2 is a failure.
Yeah.
What does a
1 to
D20
3,
mean?
wasn't it?
Oh, it's 1 to 3. Okay, because you've leveled up, it's now a 1 to 2. So you want to mark that
I will
down.
do that.
It's already marked
Yeah.
down as 1 to 2.
Okay, so it's 1 to 2 is failure. So if you want to fire and hopefully don't roll a 1 or a 2. Yeah, Ocean Song
So
is one of those
15.
things that will improve over time, like an heirloom item in that game, Runecraft. Anyway, yeah, sure, that's good. So you shoot it up in the air, and you see. Is it? I take it everyone's watching this.
I certainly am.
Casting half lie while I'm preparing rabbit.
Okay, so you look at this and you see
Just in case
this.
I have to heal someone.
You see this burst of water spray come out the end of the cannon. You see a fish come out at quite high velocity, almost stop briefly, puff up, and then just carry on upwards. Just kind of like a Disney style. It disappears. It's a little black dot in the sky, and then it just comes back down to Earth and smashes into the plane. Just a little way away. So if you're searching for it, there is the remains, the very much exploded remains of a dead pufferfish, also known as the fugu fish. Would you like to consume the remains of the fugu fish?
They're poisonous.
No, I'm good,
But
huh?
very, very poisonous.
Do you know that they're poisonous? Would your character know that they're poisonous? I
I mean,
mean,
it's pretty an exotic fish, isn't it?
it is an exotic fish. It's also in lots of little pieces, and you'd have to pull the dirt from the fleshy bits.
Just come and get the
I
rabbit.
feel like the rabbit might be worth it.
Okay, so you poke through
It's
the
seasoned nicely with salt.
you poke through the fish ammunition from Ocean Song, and you're like, yeah, no, I'm probably not. I'm probably okay with this, and go back to the campfire.
But the DM's a little bit upset that this is not the way the weapon was intended to be used.
No, I already knew that you may or may not try that, and
I'm just getting flashbacks to Evangelion when she shoots into the atmosphere.
yeah, essentially, whatever comes out the end is going to be liquefied by the end of its journey. So that's not a
Unless you're
problem.
quick enough to cast Featherfall on whatever's falling.
You'd have to be A, very quick, and B, very quick. That would have to be quite a heck of a roll.
I mean, I can cast spells of reaction,
You can,
but I don't have Featherfall, and I really don't care.
but Ocean Song is also a magical weapon, so I would
It's
still.
all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
We'll roll
yeah.
the best when you don't want us to, and then we'll roll terrible when you need us to.
You'll talk to a horse when I don't want you to. Anyway.
The horse is there. Speak with animals.
Yeah, so you in the back of my mind, I'm like, how the heck am I gonna title this particular video for the tube? And I'm like, I just don't know. I don't know.
Scrubs explode rabbits and fish.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So you go back to the campfire. You have a meal of X rabbit, which is cooked. It's enough to see through the night, certainly. So yeah, you have that. Any water and stuff that you have, you have that with you. And unless anybody wants to do anything specific, you bed down for the night.
I'll just kind of make the fire different colours throughout the night just for giggles.
Okay, so
Before bed, because it's just thaumaturgy. It's just like.
So yeah, you
rotate watch with the other guys.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean you're rotating watch. Zestra takes most of the watch anyway, because she's up on the airship and she's a drow, so drow rules apply. The others seem quite happy to take watch, because it is essentially their job. So at a point during the night, Enrin and Dog wake up. Enrin climbs up the tree to almost unfeasibly the top of the tree, to where the branches are thinnest, and still manages to poke their head out the top of the tree with Dog. It is complete insanity.
Cornelius.
Yeah, so if you want to recover your spells, you can do that. If you roll hit dice to recover any hit points, you can also do that. It counts as a long rest. I think you should be okay on hit points as a party.
Yeah, but the only one that got hit was James and Fenton.
Yes, and I think you healed Fenton, so I think Fenton gets has already got his hit.
Yeah, he got healed up.
Back.
I didn't. I only lost 3 hit points.
Okay, excellent. So, unless there's anything else you want to do, the morning rolls around. The plains turn a very deep. Well, there it's sort of a deep blue as the sun comes up, and the sky is a little pink, and the stars disappear from what is a vista of blue. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. You will board the airship again via the ladder. The last one up is Enrin and Dog as they untether the airship. Alaric and Zastar set the sails out, the little fin-shaped sails, and Valar gets behind the wheel and starts sailing you back to Carrigan Moor. Yeah, it is another pleasant journey. This will be the third day. Before too long, you see Carrigan Moor appear on the horizon, and certainly by the afternoon, the buildings are much closer. You sail into town without too much drama, too much effort, and as you're above the rooftops, you can see the city from a point of view that you probably haven't seen it from before. Looking down, you can see the roads, and you can see the chasms that run around the cities, the bridges, the steelwork, the cables that run over the streets themselves. You can see the railway, the L train pulled by its horses around the city itself, and ahead you can see the tower that is Charlie's Tower, the windmill looking structure without the sails on it. You sail gently directly up to Charlie's Tower, where Enrin swings out on a rope and lands on a walkway that runs around the top of the tower, and moors up the airship, and you're pulled in. You are invited to alight at the top of the tower. So yeah, if you wondered why there was a tower there, well, that's one of the reasons. More an airship there. Yep, it's almost as if this was entirely planned. Almost.
Amazing,
yeah. Everything except for the horses. But yeah, sure. So
right.
You alight on the inside. If you've ever been in a lighthouse, there is a spiral staircase that runs down the inside of the building. There are rooms on different floors, but you make your way down to the bottom of the staircase, unless anyone says otherwise, and back into the main room of Charlie's abode. Back into the room with the orrery, the large brass orrery which is spinning and moving of its own volition. The fireplace with a chaise longue in front of it, with a very much still dead tiefling. Someone has pulled a blanket as far as the dagger that is sticking out of her chest. The obsidian blade is sticking out of her chest. And in the middle of the room, with his eyes closed, is in fact Charlie. You see above his hands there are glowing orbs of fire, liquid fire.
I want to blow my horn.
You you blow your horn. Do you want to roll a performance check for that, please? If you would be so
yes,
kind.
I will. Here we go.
Here we
Natural
go.
20.
You got a natural 20 for
Yeah.
blowing your horn
Yeah,
indoors
for a
at
performance check.
Charlie. All right, cool. So you pick up your horn, and is there anything particularly that you would like to blow? A little bit of smooth jazz, or just
Bit of jazz.
Like,
jazz?
yeah, jazz. I quite like jazz.
All right, you blow a little bit of a skilly doo wop bebop out of the horn, which
Here it comes. Whoopidoo, whoopidoo. Wow.
Which Sariel, you've seen that horn. You're pretty sure you can't play smooth jazz out of that thing. That's crazy.
I'm a little bit proud of him at the same time, though.
You are a little bit proud of him at the same time. For his part, Charlie closes his hands and the fire disappears, and he says, Wait, have we met?
Yes.
Right. In which case, and he throws a firebolt up at the orrery, and you see pieces move into new locations. The tiefling, she's still, and he looks over.
Yep.
Lillian is still dead. And he throws
Yep.
another firebolt, and you see other pieces of the orrery move. And he seems to be reading it. He's like, in which case we are here. Do you have the box?
Yes.
So you
Box.
the box.
We have a heart.
The heart.
You gave us the box. It had a key. We took the key. Found a heart.
The heart of glass.
No.
The flower.
Sunflower.
The sunflower. I thought you had a heart of glass. One moment. And he throws another firebolt up, and the orrery moves. I see your face on Discord.
Can we join in with this one? Pew! Sacred
yeah.
flame. Pew!
Oh, not hard. Okay, cool. Okay.
Oh, Charlie, no.
What? You're throwing a ball. Okay, so he says,
I'll sacred flame the thing just so you can laugh at me again.
you're sacred flaming the orrery.
Yeah, it's power.
Okay.
Flame on! Sorry.
It's
You-
just a dex
you-
check. It's just
okay.
like 1d8. So
All right. Does it do any? What damage does that do? Just out of curiosity.
1d8.
And what damage did you get?
Radiant damage.
Radiant damage. For our amusement, what damage did you do?
6.
6.
That's not
Hey,
bad, actually. That's not bad.
You throw up your fire. You see some of the brass quiver, but it doesn't really move. And Charlie just looks at you,
Yeah, you
As
did
if-
that to me last time.
kind of like a headmaster who's just like, okay.
You wizards are all the same. Right, anyway, and I'll pull the mechanical heart out of the bag of holding and be like,
So you
"This
pull
is
the
it."
sunflower out of the bag of holding, the mechanical heart, the brass construct. He says,
yes.
Yes, you'll need that. One moment, and he comes across and picks it up.
One moment, please.
And the box.
What's that from?
You have the box. In one moment. I mean,
We're doing a show here, bruh.
yeah.
No. 1 moment, please.
One moment, please. We don't want the dead air.
No, I can't remember what it's called.
I mean, the box. Where's
What
the box?
What box?
Who's got the box?
Sariel had the
Button.
thing.
Who's got the button?
Oh!
I've got the
That
box of
box.
smokiness.
You got the box.
Yeah, you can have it. Here you go.
Okay. So Charlie.
Finally, the bard realizes and goes, "Oh, that's me."
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
the
I've got
button.
it. Sorry.
Button. So yeah, Charlie, not of Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, if you were wondering where the button reference comes from, reaches out and takes the box by its cable. So he's now holding the sunflower in one hand and the box by the other. He says, good, follow me if you will. And he walks back over to the mirror, which is on the opposite side of the room. The mirror which you walk up to and you can see a reflection, and then when you walk close enough, the reflection parts. And
Yeah,
there
like
is-
mirror, just whoop.
there is essentially a duplicate of the room. In the other room is, it seems similar to the brass orrery, but instead of being a brass orrery, it is a brass circle embedded partially in the ground. It is the same gate that you left in. You traveled through this Stargate to... did I call it Stargate last time? No, it's a portal.
Yes.
Portal.
How's Moving Castle?
Yeah, which you took to Ballad last time. He puts the steaming box down on a table and takes the sunflower, which is a brass construct. It looks like a heart with lots of moving clockwork pieces, and he says, I may need time to make the necessary modifications to our portal. And he looks up and sends a firebolt, and the whole portal tips over on itself, lowering down. So there's nothing either side of it holding the portal off of the ground. It's just now floating, a floating circle, which is probably about 4 or 5 feet off the ground. And he takes the sunflower and he just rests it on top. You see gears and cogs move out towards this device, just kind of almost on their own, and they make contact and start plugging into it. It's it seems like it's going to be a process. He turns to the box, the trap, which you filled with the essence of whatever the heck you just killed, the hobgoblin.
Mm-hmm.
He picks it up and he holds it via its cable, and then just lets go. The whole box drops and hits the floor and shatters. The wood, the black wood around it seems to have frozen, and it just disintegrates into lots of little pieces. You take a step back as all these pieces of wood skitter and scatter across the floor, revealing a large crystal on the inside which is glowing blue. Where the crystal touches the floor, you see ice sort of reach out, and little tendrils of ice reach out from it. That will need some way for you to carry it, but it will be useful where you're going. One moment. And he walks across the room to a little a thing with drawers in it. What's the thing with drawers in it? One of these. Sideboard. Got it. I was like, the words, they're not coming. He walks over to a sideboard and he opens the drawer. As he does that, there's a small mechanical construct sort of pops out of a recess in the side of the room, and it sort of skitters over towards where all the broken pieces of wood are. It's roughly a circular shape. It's got a little brass roller with a brush attached to the front of it, and it just sort of drives backwards and forwards over the pieces of broken wood, just brushing all the little bits of broken wood up into a little hopper in the back before disappearing back into its little recess. Charlie, for his part, comes over with a small bag, and he gives it a little shake. He says, "There's just one more thing you'll need to gather before you can go on your journey. You'll need to go to the general store and buy a storm lantern, specifically one they have in the back right corner. Hopefully this will give you a way of utilizing the crystal. And hopefully we're not too late." And he hands the small bag of coin to... Who's reaching out for the bag of coin?
Well, James has the pot of gold.
I've got the pot of gold.
Okay, the cleric. So he hands you a small bag of coin with drawstring. It seems to be, if you're peering inside, a measured amount. There is a specific amount of gold and silver and copper on the inside. So you have that. And so he's just asked you to go to the general store and buy a storm lantern. If you would be so kind.
Storm lantern at the back right corner.
In the back right corner. Specifically, the storm lantern in the back right corner of the general store.
Okay.
Good. And I think... before we progress any more with the story, we should probably leave it there for the time being because people have work in the morning, and because it makes it easier for me to edit, and because that light is still on, which is a freaking miracle. So, thank you for joining us. If you did like this, definitely leave a little like, leave a subscribe. Likes help the videos, subscriptions help the channel. And if you know anywhere to share this, absolutely share it. You don't need my permission. The more people who see these videos, we'd like to build an audience. That'd be great. And I tell you what, we'll catch you next time. Bye.
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 Where's my clappy boy?
My immersion's broken.
I can be your clapper.
0 out of 10 leaving now. Bye.
Okay,
You
clappy
clap your
boys.
ass
Clappy
together.
boys. Clappy boys here. 3, 2, 1. I bought a mirror because the viewfinder is not good enough to see if my hair's stupid, and it turns out it's always stupid. But I only know that when I get to the edit. So I got a mirror, and it came in the post.
We could do you a stupid hair check if you like, and the answer is yes.
It's this big. Let me just hold it up to myself. It's this big.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
it literally is me. Why would I do things normally when it's me?
That's fine. You do you.
Set a boat and 2 churches on fire. Talk to
think-
horses.
Make stuff spicy, Nick. It's always interesting.
I think you blew the boat up. I think that was the thing.
Oh yeah, that was it. Oh, yeah, because we were riding away in the sleighs, weren't we? And it went.
Yes, it was. Yes, it did.
But we didn't look back because cool guys don't look at explosions.